Mythic Plus, a place where anything can happen. Drama, disappearing tanks, group disbands.
Please give me cock. I want a cock. Please give me cock.
Every journey is different and I want to share mine. I'm starting all the way from level 1, showing the point of view of a returning player. A quick leveling recap, the gearing process and the first steps towards a 3000 rating. So, here is my road from 0 to hero. So, from level 1 to 10, simply questing in a starting zone. From 10 to 68, mix of a dungeon spam, questing while waiting in queue. And from level 68 to 80, the war within campaign plus a few random dungeons to finish process. So, with all of that, we are level 80 now. Time to get some gear to start the grind, so let's see which options we have. And yeah, after equipping some gear I crafted myself, we are starting at item level 541. To kick things off, I headed to the Nightfall event in Hollowfall. It's a solid weekly activity that gives you a currency for an adventurer item of your choice, plus 3 daily quests with random 642 pieces. While I was there, I also did Spreading the Light and a couple of other world quests, picking up some Valor Stones and crests along the way. After that, I moved on to the theater event in the Isle of Dorn for another big reward, and then jumped into the newest clock campaign in the Fresh Zone. Finishing it lets you take down the final boss in story mode that rewards you with an enchant runed ethereal crest, enough to craft a shiny 704 item. At this point our priest was already sitting at eye level 654. But I wanted more, so I dropped into the Ringing Deeps, ran the Awakening the Machine event and gathered some wax for another weekly. With that done, it was time for the final stage of gearing, Delves. They are perfect for early progression, and now we can upgrade the pieces we picked up along the way. And so, with an item level of 678, the journey really begins. Time to step into our first mythic dungeon run and grab a key. I applied and got invited to Priory Mythic Zero. What started as a normal dungeon run quickly turned into a disaster after just a couple of pulls. Our tank went for a big pull without holding proper aggro, and we ended up fighting mobs that weren't exactly easy for this group. Let's be honest, I just wanted to get used to my buttons, but this pull immediately showed me what I need to be ready for. With half the group trapped, we wiped. And then our tank, who was also the group leader, simply decided to leave. Let's be real, it wasn't a coincidence or a DC, he just quit. Meanwhile, the Boomy thought he was him and decided it was the perfect time to test out the one button assist feature, which gave him way too much confidence. He even forgot to check if I was close enough to pull that back. Another wipe followed, and suddenly we were searching for a replacement. The Boomy wasn't thrilled and even seemed really to tank himself. After a few minutes we finally found the proper tank and continued the run. This dungeon showed me that even in Mythic Zero you need to be ready to heal at any second. Every pack is dangerous in its own way. We finished it, and there it was, our first key to the Mythic Plus world. Dawnbreaker is a wonderful dungeon with amazing textures. Landing on a flying ship feels like a challenge on its own. The first boss was an easy fight until that one moment when I tried my best to save the mage, but it looks like that mechanic is a must, even at this key level. And the tank losing more than half his HP in a single hit felt a bit overtuned, in my opinion. Then our DH got deleted, probably from pulling thread. He went offline right after, which definitely triggered a bit of PTSD after that previous run, not gonna lie. Likely he came back, and the next pull was another test of keeping everyone alive. The second boss showed that if you aim the orb at a building, it's going to hurt. but overall it was an easy fight for this key level. The last boss wasn't much of a problem for our group either, and just like that, our first Mythic Plus dungeon was completed. I decided to clear every dungeon at +2 level to see what I need to be aware of. This content is new to me. I only did some Shadowlands dungeons back during that expansion, and I also need to refresh my memory here. I got invited to +2 floodgate and was instantly humbled on the very first pull. Everything went south almost immediately, and I was in a panic mode trying to react fast enough. Big Mama threw our DPSDH off the platform, and we had to fight her as a group of 4 for the rest of the encounter. Seems like our fellow DH got a one-way ticket to another location, so that was another death added to the run. It took only 12 seconds for this boss to show who is really in charge here. It ended up being a pretty long fight as a trio. Toward the end I got linked with a rogue. I've been told you should always move clockwise, but Rogue decided to go the other way. I reacted to his move, but realized too late that there was a drop right in front of me. Likely the boss was almost dead by then. On the last boss, our DRDH got deleted again, and right after I got stunned. I have no idea why or what I did wrong there, so maybe you can tell me in the comments. We had a combat race for emergencies like this, so I came back energized. At this point, since we only had 4 players alive, the tank got hit by a mechanic and died. But the boss was nearly dead already, and only 2% for count left. And that nightmare finally ended. Next dungeon on the list is Arakara. It was a clean run overall, and we made it to the second boss with no deaths. But then something went wrong and we lost the pink guy. I tried to finish the mob, already moved into the circle, but got deleted right after the mob went down. The team managed to finish off that bug and we moved forward to the last boss. The final fight went smoothly with no accidents, and after it we went back to kill some extra mobs for the count. Last dungeon run for today is Ecodome. I joined this chill run group and we were moving fast and smooth, clearing bosses and packs with ease. But then we hit what I'd call an interrupt heavy pull and I got deleted, with a little help from my teammate of course. And that's also led to the log's death. On the last boss I was too slow to realize that you actually need to run to your soul before the cast goes off. Luckily, at this key level, there was no punishment for failing it. And the funny part is, the soul was right next to me. I just stood there waiting for the cast like a dumbass. So this run brought us to the big milestone of 654 IO. And that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, let me know what I can improve, and don't forget to subscribe and give it a like if you enjoyed this type of content. Bye!